to Wilson getting hit again or thrown up towards again tonight?
Yeah, I mean, that's a difficult situation. You get hit in the head the night before, up and in again, shoulder area. I mean, nobody wants to get hit with anything, let alone 95 up and in. I mean, frustrating for him, I'm sure. And obviously, as his teammate, you just don't want to see baseballs up around the head neck region.
Hey, Ian, it's obviously only 5 games. You're not going to read too much into it, but you guys are getting your walks. You're seeing pitches, but the hits aren't falling. Just what's the frustration level when that's the combination that's happening?
Yeah, everybody wants to get off to a good start, myself included. I've hit some balls that have been caught that I, feel like were great swings, great at bats. So a lot of 3-2 counts, a lot of walks, and I think that's the beauty of 162 games. Is if this happened in the middle of a season, you wouldn't blink. But when it happens early on, it's just magnified. And so that's part of sticking with the process and being okay with, hey, the bats are good. Let's stick with what we're doing, what we know is working. And we just didn't get the balls to fall today. We had some good at bats. We had some runners on, but we didn't capitalize on some of that stuff. So they did a good job. They pitched a good game, and yeah, that's the beauty of it. We'll be back tomorrow.
Regardless of the hit by pitch from Wilson numerous times, well, what would you say this rivalry is all about? I mean, is it as spirited as any, do you think, in the division?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of player turnover, I'd say, over the last 3 or 4 years. We've always had good series and played a bunch of good games with these guys. I wouldn't say that there's the same players that there were 3 years ago when we were when it kind of started, but I'd say that we always have good baseball games and good series. And I think regardless of who threw the pitches, if you get hit in the head, then the next day you get hit up in the same region, you're not going to be happy about it. And I don't care what jersey you're wearing.
And on the subject of small sample size, do you find yourself having to remind yourself that you do have 162 and not 60, or are you able to just switch back?
Yeah, I think you have to remind yourself you have 162 and not 10 or 5. I think that's the biggest part of early in the season. It's the biggest part of baseball in general. Is everything is magnified. We're so wired to be negative, just as human beings, and when things start rough, especially you get really lucky and get 70 degrees and the wind blowing out at Wrigley, and you want so badly to have that good start that when you don't, you just got to remind yourself that it is a long haul and there's plenty of at bats. This is for guys 10, 15 at bats out of 600, 700. So you just have to really be patient and stay with the process. And it is a mantra that gets old very quickly, but is always true.
Hey, yeah, how tough was it? How tough was Freddie Peralta? Like, I mean, it seemed like he was giving you guys trouble all day. What was he doing that was giving you guys fits?
Yeah, he was doing a good job of moving his heater around a little bit, throwing a bunch of sliders, I think keeping guys off balance. It was a little bit different sequencing from him than I think we've seen in the past. We've seen him throw a lot of heaters in the past and be pretty aggressive in the zone. And today was more kind of around the zone and a lot more off speed. So it was just a little different look from him. He did a good job. I mean, he threw strikes and we took our walks, but also he punched some guys out and obviously kept us off balance. So, that's a really good game for him.
Ian, you had a nice view of David Bodie's 2 plays up the middle. Just what do you think of those?
Yeah, really awesome plays. I think he did a great job of getting around that one when he was in the shift deep in the outfield grass and getting something on his throw there. That was really impressive. And then honestly, the one that he made up the middle, sometimes when you're in the outfield and you're blocked by the mound, you don't actually see ground balls off the bat. No clue where that one was. And then I see Bodie sliding and throwing, and it's like, oh, that was incredible. Actually, it happened so fast. I had to go watch the replay to see what that was, but that was really impressive.